Welcome back, grade 4ers. We have another game for you. This one is adding decimals. And just like last game, black cards are whole numbers and red cards are decimals. So this number is 5 and 4/10. So Mrs. Nelson pulled a 4, which is red. So that one, and a 6, which is also red. So she
there's
has
my decimal.
Yeah.
So I have 0 and 46 hundredths.
Okay, you see, remember how that works from our last game? For this game also, you might want something to write your work down. We're using a whiteboard. You can get whatever you like if you've got scrap paper or whatever.
Your whiteboard from your duotang.
Yes, you've got a whiteboard in your duotang and your bag of stuff that went home. Once again, you're going to remove all of the face cards and any jokers that you may have in there. Tens equals 0 and ace equals 1 for this game. Okay. Let's do a little shuffle here again. Ready to start, Mrs. Nelson?
I am.
Okay, so what we're going to do for this game is we're going to draw 4 different cards. The first 2 make up your first number. The second 2 make up your second number. And then you're going to add them together on your whiteboard. Okay?
All right.
So I'm already starting off with a decimal. So I have 6 as a decimal, but I also got a 3. So I have, my first number is 3 and 6/10. So I may want to write that down.
I've got a decimal of 0. I've got 0 and 2 hundredths. Okay.
So then my next number, I have a black one, so that's a whole number. And I have another red one, which is a decimal. So I have 6 and 4/10. And I'm going to add that to my 3 and 6/10. So I'm going to, add those together.
And I pulled a 6 and a 6, so I have 6 and 6/10. So I'm going to add 6 and 6/10 to 0 and 2/10.
Make sure you really line up your decimals and your place values. So tenths with the tenths, ones with the ones, and so on. So now you can go ahead and add them. I got 10 and 0/10.
I got 6 and 62 hundredths.
So my number was higher, which means I get 10 points.
Again, 10 points. All right.
First one to 100 wins. So you can take your cards back, put them under your deck.
All right. So my first
numbers
is 9. 9 and 9/10.
I've got a red one, so that's going to be in the decimals, and a black one. So I have 1 and 1/10.
And I pulled a decimal of 6 and a whole number of 2. So I have 2 and 6/10.
My next number, I have 5 for in my tenths place and a 3 for in my hundredths place. So I have 0 and 53 hundredths.
All right, let's add them up. Make sure you line up your decimals in your columns, otherwise it will totally confuse you. 6 and 9 is 15, carry the 1. Put my decimal in there. 1 and 9 is 10, plus 2 is 12 and 5/10.
And I've got nothing in the hundredths place to add to my 3 right here. So I have 3 in the hundredths place. 1 plus 5 is 6. I have nothing to carry over. Put my decimal in. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 and 63 hundredths.
And I have 12 and 5/10. Mrs. Samayoa, I think I got 10 points.
You got 10 points.
Yes. Okay, this is the tiebreaker for you and I, and then we're going to set the students free. See if they can do it. All right, I won that round. You go first.
Okay, red 8, so it's going to be in my tenths place. Red 2, that's me in my hundredths place, so I have 0 and 82 hundredths.
Red 5 in my tenths place. A 1 in my ones place. I have 1 and 5/10.
Okay, my next number, oh, I should write that number down too, shouldn't
Yes.
I? Okay. I pulled a 0 for my 10th place. And I pulled a 2 for my 100th place. This is not looking very promising for me. 0 and 2/100ths.
Wow.
Yeah.
I pulled a 5 in my ones place, and I pulled a 4. Does that go in the hundreds place then technically?
Hundreds, yeah. I think
Ooh,
so.
or, no, tens, sorry.
10th
Tens.
place.
Tens, ones, tenths, hundredths. Yes, okay. Working backwards is confusing.
It is very
So I have
confusing.
the number 45 and 0
I think I'm out of luck here.
hundredths.
If I add my 100ths places, I have 2 plus 2 is 4. 8 plus 0 is 8. I can't forget to put my decimal in. 0 plus 0 is 0 for a sum of 0 and 84/100ths.
Well, I'm going to add my tenths. 5 and 0 equals 5. Bring my decimal down. 1 and 5 is 6. 4 and nothing is 4. I have 46 and 5/10ths.
Think you got me there. Big
I
time.
think I did. Boys and girls, we hope you have fun. Try both of these games with your family, with your siblings, with your moms, or Zoom with someone else.
Make
We'll
sure
see you
you've got
soon.
parent permission to Zoom with somebody else. Have fun.